We've got a traffic accident happening here on Dean Street, just a multi-car pile up. What are you seeing on the ground?
Don't make unnecessary journeys. Don't take risks on treacherous roads. And don't swim in the sea.
Hey guys, Wheatywaffle here today, and we are back in City Skylines 2 playing our city of Lethe. And yeah, you know what? We're having some issues. Not a ton, but it's definitely becoming clear that we need some more customers. And then there's also some rent issues over here. So we've got some work to do, but I think I want to start today with a few. I'm going to try something new. I want to explain what my goals are for the day, and we're going to see if I do them all. Goal number 1. I want to do a small rework to this train line. I'd love to separate out the passenger line from the cargo line, and it looks like it would be pretty easy enough to do. The cargo line comes through and follows this route here and goes straight past this train station, but this train station has 2 other lines attached to it. So we could separate out this second line. We'd have to make some edits to this park. We would lose some houses. We could take this other line, this other route, and move the tracks to the left of where the cargo line is, send that along this way, and just kind of do a little bit of reworking there before we expand this to have a 3rd station over in this plateau. Once we're over here, I then want to go ahead and try to fill this out some. Maybe not a ton of work's going to go into this today, I think, but I do want to try to lay down City Hall and the welfare office, and maybe do a light bit of road network over in that section. And then finally, I'd love to fill out this area here with a bit of the waterfront housing. I know it's currently snow, so it seems strange to be doing it now, but that's why we're going to do that last. Future Wheaty here. I definitely don't get all that done because I get distracted pretty easily, so cue that distraction now. First and foremost, we're going to start by doing the train line, and I've gone back and forth on this. I originally thought I'm going to leave the game running while we do this, and then I realized I don't want the train line to be a big issue, so we're going to just have to pause the game. But first, we've got a traffic jam that's coming all the way back to here. And that might have to be our first thing that we address. See, I told you, it didn't take long. I think that this road, it's one of only 2 roads that come over. And I think that this road is going to need some improvements. So let's go ahead and pause, because we're going to have to remove this train line here anyway to get this road over here. Let's delete both of these bus lines. Let's delete both of these bus lines. And that's also something we're going to need to rework. I know this is also where our beautiful roundabout is with such gorgeous detailing, but more likely than not, it's going to have to go. I think I want to change this into a 6-lane. 6-lane might feel like a lot. And we do have an asymmetrical 5-lane. However, even with the asymmetrical 5-lane right here, I don't know if oh no, that's actually just a 4-lane. Hold on. Let's make a quick update. Can we change this to asymmetrical 5? We can. Because we have a lot of people going this direction. I would rather them come straight down and have to use one of these other intersections. Or, better yet, what if we reduce some of these intersections a bit? Although we have the bus coming down this way. Ooh. All right, I think at a minimum, let's start here. I think we make this a 4-lane road, and we see where that takes us. Let's get rid of the tunnel, which I actually probably shouldn't have done. I probably should have kept the tunnel, and we could have used the tunnel to our advantage. But let's go ahead and, connecting up to this, send it down 20. Like, we want this to be underground. Slope too steep. Where is the slope not too steep? You work there. Then we have to expand the tunnel today. This, I will say, right off the bat, was not on the list. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do. Now, we're definitely going to lose some stuff over here, and that's okay. It's going to happen. If we connect up here and we just go straight into this roundabout, I saw an all blue section there. No, you didn't. Slope too steep, overlapping item. What are you overlapping? There was a moment where it was all blue. Oh, that's blue, but the other side's not blue. Okay, let's do this. Get rid of the roundabout. Does that help at all? It does. It does. That's 180. I'm going to send that to there. It's definitely leaves something to be desired. There we go. That fixes it. Okay, so hold on, hold on. Now, if we just grab this node, scooch it over, we can take it off of that edge there, which I think looks better. Why? Maybe it's because it has zoning that close to the edge. Is that like impacting this ground a bit? I have no idea. Let's see if we can smooth this out. Soften terrain. Let's take the brush size down to 50. Or is it this? No. Dean Street. Oh, that one looks much better. Now, knowing that a lot of people are coming into the city, I want to upgrade this so that there's 3 lanes on this side. I think we also want to upgrade this so that there's 3 lanes on this side. I can't tell if that worked or not, though. I believe it did. 3. It looks like it. And then I think on this side, we want to have it so that it's 3 lanes facing the other way. Might mean you have to do a strange like little crossover somewhere in the middle underground, but that's okay. Or we're underground. Let's upgrade the underground piece to a 6 lane. If we come under here, we turn off, I believe, we want to turn off snap to zoning cells. We can go right in the middle. So now underground, there is a 6 lane road. But then when it gets over here, does that make any sense? Probably not. Let's just make the whole thing 6 lanes. Make the whole thing 6 lanes. Call it a day. Now we're going to be intersecting with this parking lot, which I will say is also contributing to some of the stress here. It's serving the train station and it is valuable, but I think what we could do instead is do a little bit of relocation. So let's move temporarily, move the, can't fit there because it's going to run into that. And I don't want to mess up those trees. So for just the moment, move the post office all the way over there. Take this parking lot, which is a large parking lot, and get rid of it. Say goodbye, parking lot. We're going to move our post office to this corner, which that's going to become a corner because we're going to upgrade this road to 6 lane. Oop, hold on. It has to move 1 more tile, I think. Which for some reason it can't do. Why can't you move 1 more tile? You're saying that's in the way? Is that truly in the way? I'm not feeling like it's in the way. I think you're making that up. Get rid of the other road. Move this to here. Okay, it gives us a strange little edge there. We might have to change that later. But now, this can be 6 lane all the way through from one side to the other, which is making me also want to consider some major life changes. Okay, it is going to slide over a little bit so we don't mess up the parkland, but this is going to all be upgraded to a 6 lane. And I think right here is going to get a large roundabout added in. So you can come all the way around. These people are having to go straight, so they're going to have to go this way. The roundabout might actually be a terrible idea. The roundabout might be terrible. But you know, our city's just growing, and we've got to grow with it. So I think, too, we're going to have to get rid of some houses. Haven't even started the train lines. That was a goal for the day. So here, we're going to turn this into a 4 lane road. It's going to make some disruptions here. It doesn't make it all the way through, but I think at least at this point, there's 4 lanes through the densest part of our area, and I think that is what's most important. Let's go ahead and unzone all of this. We can leave all this zone just like so. We are then going to rezone this. Okay. Now, we've deleted a parking lot, and I know we have a lot of parking lot availability. We probably don't need it, but I would love to build either an above ground parking lot or a below ground parking lot. Underground parking lots cost 4 points to unlock, and tourist attractions cost 8 to unlock. See, for the first time in this game, I feel like I have a decision to make. Entertainment. I'm just curious what they give me. Or save space street level, freeing it to be utilized in other ways. I want the underground parking lot. I do. I want the underground parking lot because I want to place this over here across from the entrance, kind of, to the train. Or alternatively, we've just deleted a bunch of stuff here. We could place it kind of along this back road. Or it could be inside of one of these new areas we've opened up. Because if the traffic's coming down, I just think that this little area, specifically, actually, I think Briar Rose Hill, we're adding too many intersections and too many moments of change. Too many lane switches, everything. So let's also go ahead and make another upgrade. We're going to turn this into a regular road. I'm going to move the post office once more. All right, that's perfect right there. Yeah. Now, it's making me question this section here as well. Should we change up this like double intersection here on Dean Street? I think is probably contributing to some problems. I do not want to do anything to Washington Glades, so we're going to hold on that. All of this is to deal with the traffic jam. That is not the 3 things I listed at the beginning. All right, so we might have to pare back our goals for the day. So I'm already failing. I don't mind that this kind of moves over a little bit. You know what, though? I will say, here we go again. Let's do one more shift here. Scooch this back. I know this is technically a waste of money because every time you move it, you spend 51,000. We have 37 million. So if there's something I'm not concerned about, it's wasting some cash here. What I want to do is I want to upgrade this to be a 4-lane road. And then I want to redraw a portion of it so that it's curved. But I think that portion is going to be a bit smaller. I think we go from here. Okay, that doesn't actually work. So let's do it like this. Connect from here. Let's just go straight. 90 and 90. Great. Then we're going to go from here to here. Give it a curve. Send it straight on in. Now, I know that that's strange because over here we have an alleyway that is feeding behind this building, and people use that all the time. I think we remove the alleyway. Go ahead and make sure it's all still filled in with zoning. It is. And instead, we're going to replace this particular one with a pathway. Let's remove the snap to the sides of buildings. We don't need that. There we go. Now it can be right in the middle. Send this right on through. Let's also delete these 2 houses so that we get the fullest redevelopment there. But now we have added a better route over here, I think. It also makes me want to consider switching up Emerson, although I believe Emerson has buses on it. Emerson does not have buses. Emerson does not have buses. So what that tells me is that we're going to do this. We have this road right here from the train. I think we extend this train road out straight. Get right in the middle here. Again, let's turn off snap to the sides of buildings, and I think turn off zoning cells, and then we can get really right in the middle. Send this out straight. curve and connect it right on into here. So now we have another connection that goes all the way through, which I think is going to be very useful with Ivy Street. We never rebuilt that parking garage, so I think we do a little bit of shuffling here. Let's fill in this area. You know what? We're going to fill in this area with a bit more commercial. We have the demand for it. What's unzoned? You're unzoned? There you go. You can be commercial. You're unzoned? You can be commercial. You're unzoned? Great. Commercial. Commercial. Over here, I don't want to do any of that commercial stuff there. We're going to clear this particular section out and move our post office, which now can just be on Emerson Street, which is fine because it's not as like major of a road. It doesn't solve this Dean Street issue. However, with this connecting here, we could remove this section of Dean Street. Remove the section of Dean Street. I know this is going to be controversial, but I like where we're going. I think this is going to be a good idea. Upgrade this, or downgrade this, I guess, back to a 4-laner. But I want it to be aligned with that side. Yes, just like so. And I think, and I know this is going to break a little bit of this, but because of how this is now set up, I do think that this road here has to turn into a 2-lane road. It can't be a 1-way. And I think that this section of Emerson can be a 2-lane as well, so that you can get all the way around here. But that also just gives us this new area to zone, which, whoo, she's got some crazy zoning on it. So let's go ahead and just clear all this out. Clear this out, clear this out, clear this out. This isn't even connecting correctly. This is unzoned as well. I am fine with bringing a piece of Emerson back through. But I think that the city came through. They were like, we have to upgrade this road, which is a Dean Street, which is a much more important road. So we're going to have to cut Dean Street. And in doing that, you guys are going to have to get cool with the fact that you don't have this road anymore. Now, we can leave the previous version. Leave the road, but like just have it disconnect. Here's what I think we do. I think we send this straight on in to here. Let's go ahead, as we always would, give her a little roundabout there. And then let's think about how we want to have this zoning set up. I like the idea that the zoning would be along this road. That looks great to me. I also like the idea that we need a new home for this radio mast. This radio mast could be tucked inside here, kind of away from everybody. And then I think I want to push that zoning onto here, leave this zoning here, leave that. The rest of that looks fine. The rest of that looks great. Now, if we wanted to, we deleted that parking lot, like I've said 11 times. So we could sneak that into here somewhere. It could go along Ivy Street, because then if you're, it's going along Ivy Street. And here's why. Along Ivy Street, this parking garage is now perfectly aligned with the... Hold on. Can I do this without breaking anything? Not really, but that'll do. Perfectly aligned with the train station. Here's the train station. Come on down, and here's the parking garage. It's right off of Ivy Street. That's perfect. All right, let's go ahead and also give this some additional zoning here. So originally, this was a pretty residential area. I think I do want to begin to intersperse some slightly larger zoning here. So let's go ahead and give this a larger office building there. We're going to do an office building here as well, or excuse me, commercial building here as well. On the interior area, let's go ahead and give these just the mixed density, mixed use. That one can be a big guy. We'll also do a bit of low rent housing behind and as well as around this area, just because not a ton of people are going to want to live there. And then here we're just going to do some medium density buildings. Can we turn those back in? No, you can't. So let's clear that whole section. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. We're going to leave the trees, as crazy as they look, we're going to leave the trees. Now let's get back to making sure we've reconnected some of these sections here. So I had this bridge, which I'm wondering if the bridge is even necessary anymore, just considering we could go around this. Send it down to the ground. We're at 0. Connect up here, go to 8, cross over. Man, anarchy is not on or anything. That's amazing. We're actually going to delete this as well because I want to get this exactly at that 180. So let's turn off, I believe, snap to guidelines. There we go. So now we're forcing that 180. That can reconnect in. Great, great, great. It does leave something to be desired here where we used to have this roundabout. And I do think it brings the question forward of, do we need to then increase this road into a 4-lane road? It's going to make some major changes, but we might need to. I think we're going to wait on that. We'll see how this all turns out before we start getting just too slap happy with changing things. Let's go ahead and turn both of those into like completely redeveloped blocks. Let's delete this section here and turn these into some higher density commercial. We'll even give them the option to build further back. And this would allow for an additional connection here that we could not have accomplished before, which I think would look great. Let's go ahead and send a road over and around like this. So now Belmont Street connects into this backside, and this section is not completely separated from everything else, which also just gives us a bit more space for zoning, although I don't want to zone there. I don't think this zoning is that valuable. So we're just going to leave it alone. In fact, just quickly, let's slap down some trees. All this is going to get more trees in the future. Okay, I think we've now kind of reconnected pretty much everything that we had before. I think the only other change I'm going to make is to this pathway here. Let's take this road. Let's set it to a small little curve moment. Bring it down, connect it right on in. No crosswalk. We've got a newly reworked Dean Street as well as some additional changes over here in Elizabeth Square. Now let's go ahead and get these trains a bit more connected up because we are worse for wear at the moment. Connect these two together and we now have our cargo line, right? If I just backed out right now, this all connects from one cargo station straight on down here. You can go this way, but it just leads to this train station. Or you can come further down and go down this way, which leads over here. Eventually, a cargo station will be down here. And then it goes down the other direction to the other cargo line. Perfect. I now want a passenger-only line. And if we keep this straight, 0% change, that's fantastic. -1, frankly, 0. Great, fantastic. Now we're getting into the moment where, okay, now we have to start breaking some things. So I know we had this overpass for the pedestrians. It's going to have to go. What else has to go? If we keep it at 180, for some reason the path is stronger than the train line. Just clear this out. We're going to have to repath all this. Send this straight again. Now, here's where we have to figure out what we want to do. I think that this connection is pointless. Reason being, this train line just needs to come down and connect to here, which it's already accomplishing. Which means that this train line just needs to come over and connect to here. So let's actually back this up a little bit I don't want to jump all the way to 10 right away, but I do want to know at what height can we cross over here? If I went from here to here, at 6.25 we're not high enough. 7.5, not high enough. 8.75 high enough. All right, we're sure 7.5 does not work. Yeah, so 8.75 is our goal height to get to. I want to get to that height without getting the supports. So if we go up right here at 8.75, you see how we have a support beam right underneath where my cursor is at 940? But if we're down at 7.5 meters, we get this beautiful wall. I like the wall. So let's send this out. I want to have a nice, I'd love it to be below 4. 3.9 we'll take, we're at 180. Fantastic. We then do need to send it up 1. Which I guess does force supports. Like you don't have an option to not have supports when you're at that level. Whoop. But let's see if we can... Let's see. Overlapping items. Why are we overlapping? We shouldn't be overlapping. Here, leave this exactly at 10. Go from here to here. See, interesting. That works. So are you saying I just need to be like, I need to commit more to my curve? Like if I want to turn everything off, I want to go from here over to here. There's no way to do that at the 12 meters I'm already at. That works. All right, lower to 8.7, lower to 10. I can get into 10. It's really right here is where this curve is gonna happen. Give me the snap to guidelines. Yeah, put me right here. Ooh, that's what I want. All right, back that up. Back that up. The problem is this is coming closer and closer. I think we have to change this curve. I think that curve needs to be a bit more drastic. It's too sweeping at the moment, and I know that like in real life you want as many sweeping curves as possible, but I do also think that to get the game to stay happy, we have to make some sacrifices. Let's try it with this and having the curve here. And for some reason this is now saying it's intersecting something else, which it was not intersecting before. Oh my god. I just need you to go from here to here. For some reason that one works, so we're going to take it. There we go. So now our cargo line has been slightly readjusted. Oh god, but poorly. Hold on, we can just scooch it over a bit. That looks good. Okay. So now I should be able, I think that was at 7.5, right? Send it straight to here. But then we should be able to go like this. Almost. Almost. Okay, hold on. We can do this, people. There's no way the 7.5 work. So really what I should have done is I should have gone from here, take this to here, now come up to 8.75, build one at 8.75, and then begin the curve. Yeah. This is exactly what we want. Okay, hold on. So then we want to connect into this guy here. It's a tight turn, but as a train, it's going to be able to make that. Like, the game is a bit more finicky with train lines than it was in City Skylines 1, which gives me more trust in the decisions the game is making. All right, so now we have this separated out train line. Now, I do wonder if that is going to cause an issue with getting trains onto our line, because I guess it could technically go forward and then back up. I don't know how that's going to work, because we could also just completely sever this from any connection with the, what is this building called? The rail yard. But we need the rail yard so that we're able to have trains get to the train line. So I'm wondering if I do in fact need some type of connection. It can be a one lane. A one lane road here is totally fine. It just needs to kind of provide a means to get from one section to the other. Now it's going to keep telling me that this bridge is the problem. Where can we build anywhere here without something being a problem? There we go. So now we have these separated. That's great. If we follow this train line along and over, we then come over to here. I'm going to leave it just like it is. I think there's nothing we have to change there. What we need to figure out next, though, is because this is going to keep getting more dense, it's going to have a lot more traffic to it. We need to figure out where we can place our next train line, or excuse me, train station. So to do that, I think we need to be looking at our train stations, and we need to see where are, I mean, this is all a flat peninsula, and I'm thinking this comes over, right? It's going to come over, and it's going to come to somewhere around here, because I want this to be almost in line with this other train line. Or we can have the train line come over, curve, and it goes somewhere over here. We'd have to do some serious terraforming, but it could go over this way and then feed across the river, get next to the highway, and follow it out that direction. Or this could come out this way. Oh, I like this being positioned kind of perpendicular or parallel, I guess, to the rest of our grid, because it would allow for us to then send this train line across the river next to the highway, and then we split. We have one train line curve down and come to this section following this insanely long hill, right? So that helps with the terraforming issue. And then the other one can come along the highway and fill in all of these sections here, eventually looping back around and connecting in and creating a train loop in some of our most densely populated areas, which is going to be this area, and this area. All right, I think that's the move. So what we want to do, we only have so far that this is going to go, like this road. This road here, I do not foresee it crossing over here. I think we're going to have an upgrade to this highway that's going to have to come down this side and like cross over or something. We're going to have to do something else. But this road, I think it's going to end. So with that in mind, let's set the train track or the train station right here at the end. Like at the end of this road is a train station. Okay, we're going to have to move the train station once, but let's do this. We've got a 4-lane road coming through. Right here, let's expand the 4-lane road to here. Then let's go ahead and take a straight road. Just take it out both directions. Doesn't have to be anything fancy or perfect, but it does just have to be enough. Okay. Do we place the train right on this road? I don't think so. Thought about it? I don't think so. I think what we do have instead is 3 parking lots that create the foundation of where this train line is, or train station is going to go. Scoot you back there for a second. Just hang tight, train. Hang tight. Let's also go ahead and delete these 2 for the moment so that I can do just a touch of terraforming here on this edge. Now let's move this back right here to the center. It flattens things out We're going to have to do a little bit of work here, but that's okay. But now we have our third train station for this section, which is actually going to start making this be meaningful. Because if I live over here and I need to get over here, I can just hop on this train at Washington Glade and I can take 2 stops and now I'm in the like downtown part. It just is going to take time and it's starting to pay off. The hard part of this is going to be figuring out how the heck we get from here to here. Although that shows it's only 5-degree difference. And why can that be built? Oh, level crossing. No. Never in my life. We would never. So what I want to try to do, I want to cross over this road without... Like, can I just cross over and not level cross? Is that even a possibility? Like, if we get that negative 0.6 to... There we go. No. We can't do it there. Okay, hold on. That doesn't mean we can't do it. It just means we have to get creative. So since we're already coming out of the station, if there's ever a time for us to make a small turn, it's now. Right? Because we can't go very fast coming out of the station anyway. So let's try to give it a curve, like so. Let's level ourselves over here. We want to cross over this road. It looks like that would absolutely work. Can we get to 180 and cross over at the same time? I think we might be able to. 180. 180. 180. So we'd have to go... Alright, we either have to go plus 3% with our grade, or plus 3.1% with our grade, and have a 180 connection to that other section, or a plus 1.8%, so basically half, but I have 179 degrees. I think that's what I want to do. I'd rather do that. Let's get a quick look. Yeah. So now the train comes across and the road goes underneath. And there's enough room, I would say, probably on this side for us to upgrade this road in the future if we choose to do so. Now we just have to get from here to there, which I'm going to say should be easy. But again, look at the hill we're dealing with. It's pretty substantial. So the game lets me do all kinds of crazy stuff. But if I take this, let's just take it all the way out. Let's go all the way up to here. Where are we at? We're at -5. -5 is actually not terrible. Can we get below 4? If we go for below 4, no, it's not possible because we end up, the lowest we can go is at 4, and then we've kind of passed the train. We're going to do -5. Then we're going to do a nice curve. And we're going to send it right in. How's that look? Frankly, 5 degrees is really not that bad. That's actually decent. I don't mind that at all. Now, I will say, I think there's only going to be the one doing that. I don't think it makes sense to have other train tracks also do that. Like, connect them all in and then just send this one out. And it basically goes straight, and then it does this slow decline. I'm happy with that. Happy with that. The curve is also not too aggressive. I think that's fine as well. I know there's going to be 3 very upset people in the comments, and you're just going to have to get cool with it, because that, I think, looks pretty decent. And then, oh, that's maybe my best connection there yet, too. Okay, great. This is phenomenal. It also gives us a nice just way to start dividing some of this. Like, this could be another neighborhood here clearly. This could be a neighborhood here clearly. But so now we've got an expansion of this train line. So let's go ahead and do a quick little scooch over of this. Once we get this connected, we are then going to unpause, which is very exciting. Connect here and connect here. So now you're connected on both sides. You can come down and around, you come over to here, and for some reason you go do some craziness. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I have them stopping on the interior track, but I never reconnected the interior track. So of course they're sitting there like, we can't do that connection. It doesn't work. Now, where are these roads coming from? These are coming from the external stations. Right. Which are coming from this kind of place. So here's what needs to happen. This, I think both of these external lines need to move to this train station here. Because they would come off and go this way, and then likewise this one would come over, scooch off, and go this way. Because we have those outside connections. Okay, that is fine. It's vaguely over this direction. Bam. They both can go into the same spot. That's fine with me. Okay, I think that's ready. Unpause. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's set it to 3 times speed. It's gonna take a second. We deleted some bus stations too. We have to make some adjustments there as well. We've got a traffic accident happening here on Dean Street, just a multi-car pileup. What are you seeing on the ground?
Don't make unnecessary journeys. Don't take risks on treacherous roads. And don't swim in the sea.
What in the world? No wonder no one can see anything. You gotta clean off the snow. That is illegal to be driving in that way. Clean the snow. Official Wheatywaffle merch. Yep, you can bet a full stack of flapjacks it is. We've got a t-shirt, another t-shirt, an embroidered dad hat, and a frickin' waffle pattern fanny pack. You can support the channel and check them out in the merch shelf below or by visiting Wheatywaffle.com. Here we go, we're moving. Okay. Let's see what happens here. So when you get over here, this is able to clear out a bit easier. We still have a little traffic there, but I think we might be able to solve that. This is doing something. It's doing something. I don't know if we solved anything here with Emerson. Tons of people walking around in this area, though. A lot of people are using Emerson Street. Which, interestingly, Emerson Street is here as well as here. There's 2 Emersons. That's not great. Although, hold on. It might be sorting itself out. At a minimum, we could also do this. Put on a curve. Take this. Give me the double curve. We're going to go forward, over, and up. No, we're not. That is not happening. That is trash. No, I don't like that at all. I do think here in front of the train, I know we just built all this beautiful stuff, but I think in front of this train having a roundabout, especially if we can build it without interrupting those parks, I think is worth it. I think we need that right there. Fill all this in. Call it a day. We now have a roundabout. It's only 1 lane though. Can I upgrade the roundabout to have 2-lane roads? Doesn't look like it. The snow's gone. Yeah, it just disappeared so fast. We have a lot of people crossing over on foot. Let's slow her back down. However, the traffic seems to have calmed there. Traffic seems to have calmed here. Traffic seems to have calmed here. There's no one on the road. Okay. How, now that we can see it in the daylight, I mean, she's on a cliff, but we'll work on that. How are you doing? No one's probably waiting for you. You're going to be our main station, though. So you're going to absolutely get those shops. You need them. A built-in stop taxi. Oh, yes. Build in a taxi stop for sure. Which for some reason, a taxi made the parking lot upset. I guess because now there's more competition. Over here, 187 passengers are waiting. That's awesome. That is awesome. There's no parking fee. It costs a lot a month to upkeep. All right. I do want to make a quick little edit to our trains here because they're all the same. Our 2 external trains, I'm going to turn those into like maybe like a really, really pale blue color here. I don't want it to be too bright. It can just be like subtle. Great. And then I think for our other train line, let's make that like a really pale, let's make it like a really pale pink. Just that way, they're very different from the orange line. All right, the orange line though, I want to go back to that. The orange line, 20% usage, 170 passengers. That's fantastic. Fantastic. How is this train station doing? 92 people are waiting? What? That's awesome. They're actually using it. Did I ever give you the extension to have the... I did not. You just have some tables and chairs. Let's also give you the... that was not what I meant to build. The extra platform. Oh, crap. That was a waste of however much that cost. $35,000 with a $7,000 monthly upkeep. I wanted to add this, which is the taxi depot. But now it has an extra track. We've done a lot with trains. That's all wonderful, great, and good. Let's do a few other small changes here that I thought of in between parts. So I do want to go ahead and just change everything here along Butler Street to be mixed use housing. I think that just fits much better. And then along Cypress Street here, Cypress is going to be medium density housing along Cypress. These here can stay offices. This area here can all be medium density housing. And then I think we are going to get a little crazy. I'm going to put in a 3x3 office building, but high density. Okay, it only gives me a 2x2. Let's delete that. Let's do this. What do you do if I do that? Do you build there? Does that still work? You give me a 2x2. Okay. Okay. I want this to feel dense. So we're also going to do this. Give me another 2x2 there. Let's go ahead and do... can I do a 3x3? We can. We can. And then let's add in a little... Can I fit... Is there a small... What's this one? Small playground? Small playground right in the back. You know what? Let's put a little path. We love to see it. Give it some trees. But now, we're going to have 2 high-rise buildings. Because what we're going to have to start working on, or what I'm going to have to start working on, and if you have any suggestions, I am open. But what I have to start working on is getting our city transitioned over to some taller buildings. So we're going to have 2 taller buildings there. Ignore all of the rent issues. We will address them in a minute. The facility, though, is full. Pause. Did we ever buy the incineration plant? We did not. Is the incineration plant more than 7 points? It is not. Let's buy the incineration and let's buy the recycling. I want to build both of them. I will say they are very expensive. This is something I like that this game added. This incineration plant is $1 million. It used to be so cheap in the old game, and I'm glad they are like, no, we're making this actually cost what it should cost. So here's the deal. What's going on with you? Garbage piling up. Ooh, pause, because that's going to start happening everywhere. I want to build these somewhere where we've got. Let's look at our wind. Air pollution. All the air is pushing this direction, which is why we'd originally put our industrial area over here. So I could see us putting the incineration plant over here. However, some of the wind comes over here and pushes out this direction. For now, this area is not in any place to grow or be redeveloped because of how much air pollution it has. And I think we have to be mindful of that when we go ahead and place this building. I know it's controversial to place it maybe down here because we do want to redevelop this into a nice area. But I also think we do need like a sector that's close by to the downtown that is dedicated to industrial. Or because this is so out of the way, we place it over here and just call it a day. It's a huge facility, by the way. And this area actually is already flat. So you know what? We're doing it. We're going to place it over here. I have no idea what kind of traffic this building generates. I know nothing. I've never built the incineration plant. We're going to leave 2 spaces there in case we need to upgrade that road in the future. Actually, set it back 3. All right, but now we have the new incinerator plant. It needs to be connected to power. Interesting. Oh, I guess because it produces power by incinerating our garbage. Awesome. So now, collects and burns garbage, turns it into electricity, reduces garbage accumulation, but produces some air pollution, can be upgraded with garbage truck depot, an extra incinerator, and an extended storage. Frankly, the economy rework patch has not come out yet. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this like crazy. Provides an increase to the waste burning and energy production capacity. I actually don't know if we need that just yet, but what I will say is this can go ahead and be emptied. Start emptying this building. Send everything over to this area here. We can then get rid of this dump and begin to expand our suburban area, which I think would look very nice. But what are the other upgrades that this has? Garbage truck depot enables the plant to maintain a much larger fleet of trucks. How many trucks can you use now? You have 50 trucks total. How much does this cost to build? 170, 40, an additional 25. Where does it go? Oh, on that side. Do it. Fine with that. And allows significantly larger amount of garbage to be stored for burning. How much garbage are we producing? I feel like that would be a helpful place to begin here. We are currently producing 1,000 tons a month, but we have the ability to process up to 3,000 tons a month. The landfill is completely filled, and we're going to start emptying that here shortly. I think that this is fine just like that. And to give us a little bit more here, I'm going to turn on our road guides. And let's go ahead, let's have at least one curve going here. Okay, but now we have another way for this building to begin to send out trucks. Now, usage 0, efficiency 100. We're paused, which I think would really contribute to that. Let's come over here now and see. Are we going to start getting trucks coming out? Oh, yeah, we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to also start emptying out that landfill, which is fantastic. Are you sending out all of your trucks? 61 of them. Yeah, we needed this desperately. Now, in addition to building this, we might as well, since we unlocked it. Let's look at this recycling center. Collects and sorts garbage to produce reusable materials, which are then sold further. This produces income for the city. Can be upgraded with a garbage truck depot, a hazard waste collection point, and extended storage. Okay, I love and I'm building. So let's go ahead and send out a straight line road here. And then let's place this right back here. I think this is also relatively large. It's going to go on the opposing road. And essentially, we're going to start pushing the industrial area out of the city. The industrial area is going to be moved to this section down here. And I haven't built industrial in quite a while, but I think I'm going to just do a little bit now. This was not on the docket. I was going to do beachfront housing to address some of those demands that we have as well, but I think I would rather just take a minute and do some of this. So this is going to be a little new industrial hub, which also just gives more value to having the rail yard over here. Just fill in all of this area as a district. And I will say too, I love that we have the snow like just creeping in a bit. Is it receding or is it just sitting there? Oh, it's great. Like there's this valley in the middle that hasn't been snow covered yet. Beautiful. All right, so this area here, which is being called Chestnut Springs, which I think is terrible, did not realize that I was clicking when I named this Wah. So this is Wah, and Wah is going to energy consumption awareness. It's not going to have anything, actually. I thought there was one just for districts that was about, what's it called? Pollution, but I guess there's not. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's just fill in all this here with some industrial. We're doing a quick little autosave. Fill in this area here with industrial as well. And then fill in this area here with just a bit of commercial kind of along this road. And I think that is going to be perfect. We're even going to replace just a few of those with offices since we do have a demand for the office. But now we've got a Wah coming along, and Wah's doing great. Let's go see how these two buildings turned out. We had zoned some... This is exactly what I was looking for. So they're kind of similar in size to the other buildings, but like these are the largest of the largest you can get for commercial. Whereas these are smaller, but this is beautiful. Look at that gorgeous building. How many people live there? 54 households, 63 residents. There's a fire somewhere. There's a fire. Yeah. There is definitely a fire, and the fire truck's already there. They did not clean their windshields. That's a problem. But I think this is looking decent. Now, we've got a lot of people who are saying there's not enough customers, which is something we got to deal with. And I don't think we're going to do that right this second. So I'm going to hit pause and actually just slow it down. Because not enough customers is going to be a problem in the long run. What collapsed here? Linden Street. I don't have any services to support that, so we're going to get rid of that for now. In the next part, I think what we got to do, I think we've solved some of the traffic issues and we've increased the usage of all of our train stations, which is awesome. Is anyone even using this one? There are 86 people waiting at this train station. Phenomenal. So I think what we want to do in the next part is address the need for residents. We have tons of people trying to move in here and we do not have enough housing. And then I think we have to figure out what to do with these buses. I think we need a little bit of a rework. Ever since deleting those lines, I know this area is totally ruined, but we've done a lot of expansion. So we're not really servicing everyone in the way we should, I think. Yeah, if we zoom out, oh my gosh. There's a little bit of bus right here that has absolutely no stops on it. And then nobody else has buses, which I think is bolstering the train usage, but I'm not mad about it. We can fix that in the next part. But guys, I think that's where we're going to leave this part here. Let's go back and look at Wah, which I did not realize I built these. Okay, hold on. This was a mistake. You're supposed to be regular offices, and you guys are supposed to be regular commercial, not high rises. Oh my gosh. No wonder all the demand just tanked. I built the complete wrong buildings over here. There we go. Okay, that's going to solve some of that. All right, that's the end of this part here, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.